My child, something heavy has reached the heavens, and it carries the weight of your son's name. The silence around you has been trembling because of the cries that have escaped through unseen doors. Tonight, the air itself bends, for his destiny is calling through shadows. The walls around you are not safe from what has been revealed, because the whispers keep leaking into the corners. A letter sealed in sorrow was opened by unseen hands, and your son's fate spilled out like smoke. You were never supposed to see this, yet it arrives with force at this very hour. Every step he took left behind a mark, and those marks now glow like fire, guiding this message to you. He tried to hide it, but the truth cannot stay hidden any longer. The doors of the past are cracking open with the sound of thunder. Even now, as you read this, his shadow presses close, desperate for you to understand. The urgency is not from man but from something greater, pulling you into a revelation you cannot delay. My child, your son's name has been spoken 3 times in a place where only destiny dares to speak. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The hidden story begins in a room where his tears stained the floor. He believed no one could hear, but the heavens listened with burning patience. A figure in the unseen carried every cry to your heart tonight. The clock is moving faster than you think, and the walls are shifting in ways you can't ignore. Every tick is a signal, every shadow a messenger. The emergency is real, and it demands your spirit to rise. He is caught in the space between silence and exposure, where secrets are fragile like glass. If you let go, everything will shatter into irreversible pieces. If you hold on, his future bends toward light again. The voice that wakes you tonight is not imagination. It is command. The fire that burns in these words will not leave until you respond. My child, the urgency is written in his very breath. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The secret was not meant to wait until tomorrow. It is alive now, bleeding into your reality like storm water flooding the streets. The heavens press this into your hands, and you must not drop it. Your son's journey has reached a doorway guarded by shadows with no mercy. Behind it, there is both ruin and redemption depending on the step taken. This is why you were chosen to see before the choice is made. Even the angels pause when his name is spoken, for the weight of what he carries is unbearable alone. The brokenness has not destroyed him, but it drags like chains behind every step. Still, there is a flame that refuses to die, waiting to ignite again. This message does not arrive to scare you but to awaken the deepest part of you. The truth is raw, sharp, and unrelenting. My child, what was hidden in darkness is now lit by fire for your eyes only. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The house is no longer silent. It breathes with restless air because the message keeps pounding at your doors. The wind outside carries names you recognize, and his is the loudest among them. Someone close to him betrayed his trust, leaving him lost in a storm. The betrayal was not small. It carved scars deep enough to echo into this hour. The shadows cling to him, but this message is a sword meant to cut them away. In the unseen room of heaven, his name has been sealed with protection. But protection only holds if you receive it. If ignored, the seals break and everything falls into the grip of despair. The urgency is not just his, it is also yours. You are tied to this revelation like 2 branches twisting from the same root. My child, your son's story cannot move forward without your spirit standing strong. Type Amen to get blessing 666. The streets he once walked still remember his footsteps, and those echoes are not fading. They rise tonight as if the ground itself is demanding justice. The hidden force that follows him has now shifted its eyes toward you. His tears were never wasted, for each one became a spark in the unseen. Those sparks have grown into flames that cannot be ignored any longer. They burn through walls, through silence, through every distraction that tried to stop you from knowing. The letter of destiny has already been written, and his name bleeds across the page. Carries weight heavier than stone and faster than lightning. This message is that letter unfolding in front of you now. There is no turning away from this revelation, because his fate has already begun to collide with your own. The link between you is carved deep, and no shadow can erase it. What comes next will either break chains or tighten them forever. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The sky above him trembled 3 nights ago, and the signs appeared where no one else could see. A bird fell silent in the middle of song, and the air froze without warning. The heavens marked that moment, waiting for you to hear it now. He has carried burdens too heavy for his years, but tonight they tip into something unbearable. The weight pushes against the walls of his spirit, ready to collapse without your intervention. That is why these words have been pushed into your hands. The silence in your room is not empty. It is filled with unseen watchers holding their breath. They know that if you choose to ignore this, his light dims beyond recognition. But if you open yourself fully, everything shifts in his favor. The bloodline you share has summoned this emergency, pulling time itself into a spiral. It is not coincidence, it is not chance, it is design. My child, his story has collided with heaven's order. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The shadow that betrayed him watches closely, still hoping he will fall. It hides and smiles, in false comfort, waiting for his final surrender. But heaven has refused to let him go without this warning. The ground beneath him shakes with decisions yet to be made. Each one is a key that either opens a door of freedom or slams it shut. This is why the urgency presses on you now without pause. He does not know you are being told this truth. He only feels the pull of something unseen, the weight of something bigger than himself. His spirit reaches out, even if his lips cannot speak your name. This message is not meant to terrify but to ignite your strength. You are the anchor he needs in the storm. Without your awareness, the storm will consume him whole. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The betrayal has roots deeper than he realizes. Someone near has been working against him in secret, pulling strings like a shadow puppeteer. Every step he took was monitored, every choice twisted. He thought he was strong enough to carry it alone, but heaven knew better. That is why this message was not delayed. The truth must cut through the lies tonight. The room he sleeps in carries a heavy silence, one that clings to the air like fog. It is not natural silence. It is the weight of hidden battles pressing down. Every night it grows heavier. Every morning it leaves marks on his spirit. But the chains can be broken if you hold fast to this revelation. This is why destiny bends around your son's name at this exact hour. This is why the heavens refuse to be silent any longer. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. The storm around him has been building for weeks, gathering silently while he tried to stay strong. It circles his every step, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The message comes now because that moment is dangerously close. He does not know who truly stands beside him and who hides a knife behind their back. Smiles disguise betrayal, and promises twist into chains. The shadow that lingers wants him broken, and it grows bolder with every passing hour. The clock's rhythm is no longer ordinary. It beats with urgency. Each second is an arrow, cutting deeper into his fate. The warning you hold is the shield meant to stop those arrows before they pierce his soul. You have been chosen to carry this revelation because your bond cannot be erased. His cry reached the heavens, but only your spirit could answer it. That is why this message burns in your hands at this very moment. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. Even as you breathe, his path shakes under the weight of unseen choices. Doors are opening in silence, and shadows wait at the threshold. The wrong step will drag him into chains, but the right one lifts him toward freedom. He has been marked by something he never asked for. That mark glows like fire in the unseen, and it has drawn both danger and protection to his side. Cannot be ignored any longer. The betrayal he faces is layered like walls of stone. Each wall hides another truth, and behind them sits the face of the one who deceived him. That face is closer than he believes. The heavens would not allow this secret to remain buried. They ripped it open tonight, delivering the fragments into your hands. Now the choice of what happens next rests with you. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. The silence that follows him is unnatural. It presses against his spirit like chains of iron. He feels it but cannot explain it, for it is heavier than words. The one who betrayed him thinks the game is won. They laugh in secret, believing the plan is flawless. But the unseen watchers know their time is running out. Your son's soul carries light stronger than the shadow realizes. It flickers under the weight, but it refuses to die. That is why the heavens protect him, even now. You reading this is the breaking point. What was hidden will now be revealed, and what was broken can be restored. My child, his cry has reached the end of silence. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. The night ahead carries a storm that no man can stop. It will shake his path, and the ground will split between ruin and redemption. He stands at the edge, and you are being shown the vision before it falls. The one who betrayed him is desperate to erase what they have done. They hide evidence, burn words, and silence voices. But nothing can silence the heavens, and nothing can erase destiny. The wind whispers louder with every hour that passes. It calls your son's name, echoing across unseen corridors. The heavens bend closer, determined to guard what was almost stolen. And now the choice rests with you to hold onto this message, to act with strength, to step into the role written for you. The urgency is greater than anything you've ever carried. The time is no longer waiting, it has arrived. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. The storm that surrounds him has eyes, watching every move he makes. It feeds on his fear, drawing power from his hesitation. But this message is the weapon that breaks its grip. He has tried to keep his pain hidden from you, burying it behind forced strength. Yet the truth bleeds through his silence, leaving marks you cannot ignore. The heavens have seen what he would never admit. The betrayal is not small. It is crafted with precision. Every lie was planted to corner him into despair. The one responsible thinks no one knows, but tonight the mask is torn away. This revelation comes because time has run short. His path stands on the edge of collapse, and your awareness is the lifeline thrown to him. Without it, his strength will be stolen before dawn. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. Even the walls of his room carry whispers of what was done. They echo faintly at night, making his spirit restless. The silence he lives in is haunted, yet he pretends not to notice. The shadow that betrayed him is close, too close for comfort. Their footsteps overlap his, their voice mixes with his, their lies slip into his trust. This is the poison he battles without knowing. The heavens are not silent anymore. They break the seals of secrecy and place the truth in your hands. They demand that you see, that you hold, that you act. Every second passing now is a warning bell. Every breath you take is tied to his fate. The moment cannot be delayed any longer. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. The betrayal burns like fire, but the protection surrounding him is stronger. An unseen hand has been holding him back from the pit. That hand now presses this truth against your spirit. Your son's cry is not only his. It is a cry that shakes generations. The bloodline itself trembles, demanding resolution. That is why you feel the urgency deep in your chest. The chains around him are cracking, but the shadow fights to tighten them again. It fears his freedom, it fears his light. That is why the enemy tries harder now than ever before. You are the key that tips the scale. Without you, he falls. With you, the shadow breaks forever. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. The night is not empty. Watchers stand near, their eyes locked on him, their presence heavy in the unseen. They wait for the moment the decision is made. The betrayal has left wounds, but it cannot erase his destiny. That destiny has been written in fire, guarded by those who walk unseen. Even now, they move closer, whispering protection into his breath. The heavens shake because of the weight of his story. Every second carries a sound you cannot hear but can feel. It rattles the air around you, pressing harder with each heartbeat. This is not coincidence. It is the hour that was chosen long ago. The words you read now were carved into the path of time. They could not be delayed. They could not be erased. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. The air tonight is thick, carrying a weight you can almost touch. It bends around his presence, as if the universe itself is holding its breath. Every flicker of light around him warns of the battle that rages unseen. He does not know how close danger stands. The footsteps behind him are not strangers but those he once trusted. This is the knife that hurts deeper than any wound. The chains of betrayal twist tighter with each passing hour. He carries them without realizing how heavy they have become. They scrape against his spirit, leaving scars that glow in the dark. But heaven has refused to let him collapse in silence. They break into your world with this message, ensuring that his destiny is not lost. You are the chosen link in the chain of his survival. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. The night grows colder when his name is spoken aloud. It shakes the air, pulling shadows out of hiding. That is why even the silence feels dangerous now. The betrayal is not only about lies, it is about control. Someone close has been bending his choices, shaping his steps to suit their secret desires. This is the unseen prison surrounding him. Yet the prison walls are cracking, because truth cannot stay buried forever. Light pushes through even the darkest stone. That light is what you are reading now. The heavens have pulled you into this moment because without you, the chain cannot be broken. He cannot fight what he cannot see. You are the eyes that reveal the truth. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. His story carries more weight than he understands. It is not just about survival, it is about inheritance, about legacy, about what belongs to him. The enemy knows this and fights harder to keep him blind. Every tear he shed was a key, unlocking doors in the unseen. Those doors now stand wide open, releasing both angels and shadows into his path. The battle is already burning around him. The watchers in the unseen hold their ground. They guard him, but they also wait for you. Without your acceptance, their power remains limited. The urgency builds because the time of choice is here. He will either step into freedom or sink into despair. The heavens will not allow you to miss the moment. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. The betrayal has left fingerprints across his path. They show in his eyes, in his silence, in the weight of his shoulders. He carries evidence without knowing it. But the betrayer believes they erased their tracks. They believe no one saw, no one heard. That is their greatest mistake because the heavens see everything. Your son's spirit is not broken, only pressed down. It waits for release, for someone to recognize the truth and tear the chains away. That moment is arriving now. The weight you feel reading this is not imagination, it is command. You are being called into the center of his story. The heavens trust you to stand strong. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. The night whispers louder as his name spreads across the unseen. Even the shadows bend when his destiny is spoken. What surrounds him is no longer ordinary, it is marked. The one who betrayed him still believes victory is secure. They sit in silence, convinced the secret will never surface. But heaven has overturned their plan. Every hidden detail has been carved into fire. That fire has reached your spirit and refuses to go out. You cannot unsee what has been revealed. This is not just about his survival, it is about everything connected to him. His destiny is greater than the betrayal, but only if the chains are broken now. My child, the heavens refuse to delay this any longer. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. He has walked through storms unseen by others. Each step carried a weight heavier than his age should bear. Still, his spirit has not surrendered. The betrayer underestimated his resilience. They thought he would collapse quickly, but his light kept pushing back. That is why the enemy grows desperate now. The chains rattling around him are breaking. They cannot withstand the force pressing against them. This message is part of that breaking. You reading these words is the strike of the hammer against the lock. The doors are shaking, the hinges screaming. Freedom is closer than it has ever been. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. The silence around him is not peace. It is tension before eruption. Every moment feels stretched, as if time itself holds its breath. The unseen prepares for the next move. Shadows linger closer than ever before. They circle, waiting for weakness, waiting for surrender. But he will not surrender if he knows the truth has been revealed. The betrayer feels a shift they cannot explain. Their confidence begins to tremble because light is creeping in. The mask they wear is slipping. He does not yet know how much is unfolding, but his spirit senses it. That is why his heart feels heavy, restless, unable to sleep. He can feel the war being fought around him. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. The heavens do not leave battles unfinished. When they begin to reveal, they reveal everything. That process has started and will not stop. The truth that was buried is rising like smoke. It escapes cracks, filling the air with evidence. It will not be hidden again. Your role is the anchor in this storm. Without you, the waves consume him. With you, he rises above them. The urgency tonight is because the tipping point has arrived. He is moments away from a turning that cannot be undone. This is why the heavens press this message into your hands now. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. The air grows heavier with every second that passes. Presses against your chest, demanding attention. The heavens refuse to let this message slip away. Your son's footsteps echo in places he does not understand. Those echoes bounce through unseen corridors, carrying secrets with them. Even silence has started to betray him. The betrayer thinks they remain hidden, but cracks are spreading in their disguise. Lies cannot survive when fire touches them. That fire has already begun to burn. The watchers above have not left him alone. They lean close, ensuring he is not swallowed by darkness. And now they call you to stand at his side. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. The night has eyes, and they follow him wherever he goes. Some are filled with envy, others with fear, but all are fixed on his destiny. None of them can erase what has been written. His tears did not fall in vain. Each one carved a path that leads to this very moment. That is why his cries reached you. The betrayer hides in plain sight, waiting for a chance to strike again. They believe their secrets are safe, but the heavens laugh at such arrogance. Their downfall has already started. You reading this is proof that protection surrounds him. No shadow can erase what has been revealed. No chain can withstand this much light. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. The storm he faces is not only outside but also inside. His spirit is caught in a war between surrender and survival. That war shakes him even in his sleep. He has felt alone, but he is not alone. The bond you share is stronger than the darkness that presses against him. That bond is what pulled this revelation into your hands. The betrayer fears exposure more than anything. They fear the light, they fear recognition, they fear the truth spilling out. That fear already weakens them. But the heavens are fearless. They rip through silence with fire. They refuse to let your son's destiny collapse under lies. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. The path ahead is sharp, filled with choices that cut deep. Every decision he makes carries weight beyond measure. That is why you are being prepared now. The betrayer does not expect resistance. They thought the game was already won. But heaven has flipped the board, and victory slips from their hands. Your son's story has not ended. It is only beginning. Though pressed down, he will rise. Though betrayed, he will overcome. This moment is the bridge between despair and restoration. The heavens have placed you at the center of it. My child, your strength is the key to breaking his chains. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. The storm has already touched his shadow, and its claws dig deeper every hour. He walks as if nothing has changed, but his spirit feels the pull. The unseen battle has already begun. Every step forward shakes the ground. The betrayer feels this shaking but refuses to admit the truth. Their mask is slipping, and their fear is growing. The heavens watch closely, noting every hidden movement. They have marked the betrayer's path with fire. That fire will not stop until justice is complete. Your son stands at the edge of revelation. He does not yet see the full picture, but his heart feels the weight of what is coming. And now you are being shown what he cannot see. Type Amen to get blessing 3232. The silence in his room is filled with whispers. They brush against the air, carrying names and secrets. He feels them but cannot understand them. Those whispers are the cries of truth pressing to escape. They rise from the betrayal and demand exposure. No lock can hold them forever. His spirit trembles, yet it refuses to break. That resilience is what keeps him alive. The betrayer cannot control the light burning inside him. The heavens align tonight, weaving protection tighter around him. They push this message into your hands so the chain is not broken. They trust you to act. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. The shadows around him grow restless. They know their time is running out. Their grip weakens with every second of light that enters. He carries wounds unseen by many, but every wound glows now, shining evidence of what was done to him. The betrayer cannot erase those marks. The heavens declare his survival, not his defeat. That declaration is carved into fire. No shadow can alter what has been spoken. Your awareness strengthens him even from afar. The bond you share bends the storm. My child, your strength flows into him like a shield. Type Amen to get blessing 3434. The road before him is narrow and dangerous, yet light cuts through it, paving the way. Each flicker of fire is a step toward freedom. The betrayer grows desperate, clawing at shadows to regain control. But desperation is weakness, and weakness leads to exposure. Their time is finished. Your son has been chosen for more than survival. His destiny carries weight that touches generations. The enemy attacks only because they fear his rise. This revelation is the turning point. Once read, nothing remains hidden. Once accepted, nothing can be stopped.